Hello there everyone, I am the Sergeant Duggo and today we are back in Creation Kit on another tutorial, and today we are going to touch in scenes. One of the more important things whenever you are doing any mod. So we are going through 3 different methods to actually activate a scene. And the last one is my personal favorite, and it is going to be used a lot if you do dungeons or anything else like that. So without further ado, let's start. So first of all, couple things. I have already created a Nord for this, a Nord NPC for this, and I have also created a voice type for him. One thing to mention is whenever you have your mod and you have the sound voice, your mod name, then you will want to create a folder here for the voice type you have created. As you can see, it is exactly the same as this one besides the caps, but that doesn't matter. So, that's that said. And now we have an NPC here. I've just created an essential unique NPC with the voice type and Nord race. Very simple, very fun. And one more thing I have already created to save some time is a scene letter. So how I did this was I just found a letter, any letter, that does not have a script with it. For example, this one. Let's check. This one doesn't have a script, as you can see here. So now just right click, duplicate, rename it, and whenever it asks for a new form, just do not create a new form unless you are actually editing the original one, because that is not gonna be nice. And always remember to save before doing anything else. I also started a quest, or created a quest already for this. We are gonna create another one later, but this one is just for the tutorial scenes quest. And I have set the targets Getis ID DTO Deimos and DTO1 Tutsi Nord here. Now first of all, let me create new quest aliases for these. So here we are, DTO1 Deimos alias. It's gonna be a unique actor, DTO1 Deimos, perfect. We are gonna tag allow reuse, allow dead, allow disabled, allow destroyed, and optional. We don't need anything else besides the allow reserved, but we cannot tick it, as you can see here. So what we are going to do is we are going to create another new reference alias and allow the reserved ticked whenever we have done that. So DTO1 tut nord alias. Here we go. Once again, allow reuse, allow dead, allow disabled, allow destroyed, optional. Okay, now we can click on both of these, hold down Ctrl, and then we will want to toggle the allow reserved. So click on Ctrl, Shift, and R. Toggle allow reserved flag on the selected alias is yes. We do want to do that. So now that that's done, we can start creating a scene. So new DTO1.scene .scene01. Here we go. And how to create a scene. Add the actors you want, new actor, Deimos, and the Nord alias as well. And this is why we actually use the quest aliases for these, so we can actually do scenes with them. Once they are in, add face at the end, and click on the white on whoever you want to start this conversation. So for now we are going to have Deimos start it, so new action dialogue. And name, it really doesn't matter. Tut scene 01. We didn't need to actually do that, but face target and tut nord alias, just so they will face at each other. We are not going to use any packages for this, just for the simplicity of it. Now we can create a new line here. This seems to be a scene. Okay. And why, or what I'm doing here is get is ID at the condition, so the game actually recognizes the speaker is DT01 Deimos indeed. And the value has to be 1, or it's gonna have the reverse effect. Now that's done. Okay. Then add face at end, and we want a new action dialog for the bandit, or well, the nord DT01 tut scene 011. Really doesn't matter. I don't know why I always click on enter. But we want to head track Deimos. And it seems to be working well. Here we go. Okay. Let's add one more face. And let's have Deimos say something else. Once again, that doesn't matter. And we want the tut nord alias here. Hey, what did I actually... Yes. Let's end it. Here we go. Okay. And once again, the same condition, get is ID. And it will be DT01 Deimos. DT01 Deimos. This is the NPC actor, the unique actor. And click on OK. I think I forgot to put it here, yeah. This isn't actually necessary, but just as a failsafe, I like to do it. So DT01 tut C nord. Here we go. Okay. And now that is done. And now comes the interesting part. So we are going to record some voice lines and add them here. Let me do that real quick and I'll be right back. So now we have the voice lines. How to add them to game? Let's start with the tutorial node voice. I've saved it here and called it, and it seems to be working well because it says it here as well. This really doesn't matter, just call it whatever feels good for you and whatever you find easily. And what you want to do is copy the voice file name and paste it and change this thing's name to that. And click on OK once again. And now for Deimos, the same exact thing. Let me copy that, go back to this folder, DT01 Deimos voice, because Deimos is the one saying this. This seems to be a scene. Here we go. Okay. Okay. And yes, let's end it. Once again do the same thing, copy the voice file name and paste it here. And here we go. Okay, 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 and save. To create a voice type for a character, you might see this, so everything is closed out. Click on characters, and then here is voice type. Right click, check new. We've already done that, so we will not do it. Just call it whatever you want, and remember to also change the folder name to whatever that says. So the creation kit will recognize the voice lines in this exact folder. And this is the exact voice line. There are a few others here, but you should have just 2 for a 2-way interaction. Okay, I'm going to cancel that and get back to the quest. Let me actually find it once more. Here we go. And now that we have the wave files for this, click on this from wave and generate lip file. This is how the game will generate it, so it actually looks like the people are speaking. Okay, turns out I'm just stupid. So in the reference alias I put it to specific reference select forced none. But what you want to do is use the unique actor DT01 tut scene nord. Now it should work. I also created a new voice type for him, just in case it was because of that. So yeah, this is the bug fixing, and when the issue is something so simple, it's actually kinda annoying when you cannot find it. But now if you check here, now we can see it. So I had to change the voice type to Nord DT01 Nord unique voice. Now I'm going to copy that, create a new folder and call it that as well. And now we can use this export. So now we can, I'm gonna cancel that, but now we can do the same thing. So copy the file name. That was just a very annoying thing. So let me get back here, call it that, go back here. And now I should have the required files for this. So let me just generate the lib files real quick and I'll be right back. Now I have the scene ready, and this one also has a lib file. As you can see here, that's y, lib y. So yes. Okay, cool. But yeah. These are the tiny things you need to stay aware of. So once again, quest aliases, make sure to actually reference them to a unique actor you are wanting to use. And now we can get to the actual way of activating this scene. So let me first of all open the testing cell back. You don't need to do this yet, but as you can see here, I've already placed a note here. The one I created earlier. Let me just get to items, books, and the Tutsin letter. So this is just a simple letter with no weight, no value, with the note 02, high poly note 02, and here it just says scene. But you can change these however you want it. But what is the important thing is to add a script here. And we are going to add a new script. DT01 scene letter script. And it extends on object reference. Or object reference rather. Now we will want to add a property here, which needs to be a scene. DT01 scene 01. It doesn't matter what you type there. You can type exactly what it was, but you can just edit the value here. And DT, I have a lot of scenes here already, but tutorial scene 01, here it is. DT01 scene 01, tutorial scene 01. And now we can open the source and edit it. So what we want to do here is extremely simple. Event space onRead with a capital R, close them with brackets, drop down with enter, tab, dt01 scene01 dot start. Close it. Then one more step down and end event like this. Now it should work. And as you can see, 0 errors, 0 warnings. And now you just need to place it to a table or wherever you want to place it. Click on OK. And the character is here, the letter is here, everything is ready. So I will see you in game very shortly. A good tavern brawl now and then keeps things interesting, don't you think? So now we are back in the game, or we are in the game. Oh, also this is Jobargo. He's a custom voiced follower that is under development right now. It's gonna be interesting, and Deimos will have some interactions with him probably. However, that's enough of that. Let's go there. So COC DT01 testing cell. Here we go. So here we are now. Let me just conjure Deimos here because he cannot follow me to see or watch it. Now we have a scene start here. Let me just walk next to this guy. Just so Deimos will as well. So, let's see if it works. This seems to be a scene.
And it seems to be working well.
Yes, let's end it. Cool. So, it works perfectly, as you can see. And right now we don't have it set to quest stages or anything, so however many times I read this, the scene will play once again whenever I close it. This seems to be a scene.
And it seems to be working well.
Yes, let's end it. Here we go. Okay, so let's get back to Creation Kit and I'm going to show you the next way to do this. So, the next way of creating, or well, opening up a scene I'm going to show you is with an idle dialog. So go back to your quest and to the MISC tab. Right click here, new topic, idle, okay. And call this whatever you want, A1, okay. New. And we want the node to start this time. So, are you Deimos? Let's start a scene. Okay. And once again, get his ID. This is once again not exactly required, but it's better to do this way just to be safe. So DT01 to scene node. Here we go. And value to 1 as always. Okay, let me add the priority up. It really doesn't matter that much, but let's just check. Yeah, the node is here. And once again, there is a voice file name you want to copy. Let me record this line and copy this and add the lib file and show it in game. So we are back. And I actually forgot to generate the lib file, but it doesn't matter. We can do it real quick here. Click on this from WAV, generate lib file. Here we are. Now let me reopen that and add another condition here. Get in cell, run on subject, DT01 testing cell, and 1. So what this does is it makes sure that this voice line doesn't activate unless get in cell checks that we are in this exact cell. And the getIs ID is the same exact thing. And now we can actually start the script here. Let me start with a comma. Compile it. Now we can see it. Properties once again. As you can see, we cannot add properties here. So what you need to do is cancel out of that. Press on OK, reopen it. And now it will add, or it will let us add properties. Once again, this is a scene. It's the same exact scene. DT01 tut scene 01. Once again, the name really doesn't matter. And it actually automatically chose it because the name was exactly the same. But that was actually completely an accident. Now we can do this dot start, close it. And remember to remove the comma from here. Now let's compile it and make sure it works. Yeah, and always check if your script works from errors and warnings. There we go. Now, whenever we are in the cell, we can start the scene. Whenever this guy says this exact voice line. So, once again, let's get back to the game and let's see if it works. So once again, we are back in game.
Riverwood. A nice, idyllic place for anyone.
Indeed. Let's get to the cell once again. DT01. Testing cell. Let's see if it works. Let's also summon Deimos here, so it will actually work.
Are you Deimos? Let's start a scene.
This seems to be a scene.
And it seems to be working well.
Yes, let's end it. Cool. So it works. And it's going to happen once again very soon. Probably whenever this guy idles once again. But right now...
Are you Deimos? Let's start a scene.
This seems to be a scene.
And it seems to be working well.
Yes, let's end it. As you can see, it's gonna just keep on going because there is not a quest stage or anything to set that scene anywhere. But right now we have a small problem, which is that we need to always save and reload the save for the scenes to actually start. That is something we need to fix, but we are not gonna do that in this video. Simply put, you will need to create an SEQ file and create the face gen data. As you can see, his face is really dark, and it should not look like that. It should be really bright. So, yeah. There's one more method I want to show you, and it is honestly my personal favorite. If you do any dungeons or create dungeons or mods or anything, you are most likely going to use this. And I haven't seen many tutorials actually even checking up on this one. So let's get back to the creation kit and let's see how it goes. So we're back in CK, and now I am going to teach you how to use triggers. So first of all, let me reload the cell here, the testing cell. And I will also soon remove the idle voice line so it doesn't mess anything up. Here we go. So, for the sake of this video, first of all, let me remove the idle scene from here. There we go. And whenever I reopen it, it will be deleted. But for the sake of this video, you need to create a trigger. You could use scene triggers. There are a lot of them. Default start scene, no disable, etc. But these are really inconsistent, so they don't maybe always actually work on or creating a scene. So what we are going to do for bigger quests, for example, I have a Gloomspire Rift quest, There are no scenes here, but there are, wait, I do not want to spoil anything, but there are also objectives for the scene handler to activate. And it's here. And all the scenes are here that are used in that quest. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a new quest completely. DT01. Let's just call it Tooth Scene Handler. Priority, whatever you want, it doesn't really matter. Once again, I am going to do this. So, get is ID. DT01 Deimos. Or, let's dupe it. And let's find our Nord NPC as well. So, DT01 Tooth Scene Nord. Here we go. So as you can see, we can only right now see 5 tabs. There's supposed to be way more, and how we do that is close it. Let's save at the same time. And reopen the scene handler. Now we can see everything we need. And once again, let's add the quest aliases. The same exact way we did earlier. Unique actor DT01 Deimos and the alias name DT01 Deimos alias. You, of course, use your own alias names, etc. Allow reuse, allow dead, allow disabled, allow destroyed, optional. And okay. Then let's create a new one as well. Take some time, but DT01 Tooth Nord alias. Once again, unique actor DT01 Tooth Nord. Tooth Scene Nord, sorry. Allow reuse, allow dead, allow disabled, allow reserved soon, destroyed and optional. Just in case. Now, once again, let's select both of them. Control Shift R to allow or toggle the allow reserved flag as well. Now I am going to create another scene. This is the exactly same way than when we first did it. So I am going to create this, record the voice lines, add the lib files, etc. And I'm going to show you the coding part. So be right back. So here we are. Everything is lib filed and voice acted now. Now what we want to do is create a couple of quest stages. 0 as the startup stage, 10 and 20 as normal stages. And you do need to create a log entry to be able to use scripts here. And complete quest here. We're not gonna see this in game, but we will check it with a player.sqs command, just to see that the stages actually did set. So, now, first of all, let's start with the scene itself. At the end, Deimos says, yes, let's end it here, let's also complete the quest at the same time. And now we will want to create another papyrus fragment to the end. Properties. We don't actually need any. Get owning. Actually, no. Get owning quest. Close it. Dot set stage. Opening bracket 20 and close it. Let's compile it. Here we go. And it did not create, or we did not need any properties because we didn't actually use anything out of the quest itself or a scene. So now the quest should complete here. And for the next part, we will open the testing cell once again. And now we are going to actually use the trigger itself. So now that we are here, let's open the trigger, and like I said, you can actually use the scene triggers, the default start scene, no disable, etc. There's a lot of these, but they are really inconsistent, so that's why we actually created a scene handler for this. So, set stage trigger, default set stage trig, and let's use that. Okay, let's make it bigger to every way, and also higher. Here we go. We could actually just put it to the wall here as well. There we go. And one more there. So now whenever we step here as the player, the scene should start. But we need to make sure it does. So let's open that, and in the scripts, so just left click it 2 times. And in the scripts tab, you can see the default set stage trig script properties. These you can use. We are going to use them disable when done and do once. So what this does is whenever this trigger gets activated, it also gets disabled at the same time. So it won't even accidentally activate twice. And do once, well, it just does it once, but it doesn't disable it either. If you want to reuse it later, you can do that. Now we need to make sure we have the correct quest here. So DTO1 to scene handler. There we go. Prerequisite state, if you want, you can use this. We are not gonna use it. And then the stage 1 edit value, and put this to 10. So whenever we hit here, we set the stage to 10. And in here, at the 10 mark, we are going to use a comma once again. Compile, go to properties. We cannot, so we need to close and reopen the quest. That's okay now. Let me actually save at the same time as we're here. Now that we have reopened it, we can actually add the properties here. The alias references, or reference aliases, are here already, but we want to create or add scene. New property DTO1 scene handler scene 01. Let's call it that. Here we go. And now once again we need to edit the value to find the actual scene we need to use. So scene handler scene 1. There we go. Click on OK. And now we can use DTO1 handler scene 01 dot start using the same exact script as earlier. Then let's compile it and make sure it doesn't give us errors. And now we can edit it and just make sure here as well. 0 errors, 0 warnings. So now whenever the stage is set to 10, the handler will start the scene that is in the handler as well. You can use it to start scenes from different quests as well. But mostly this is used whenever you are creating a dungeon and you want to have someone say something exactly whenever they are in a certain position. And now everything should be in order. Let's just double check it. So, yeah. Get on instead stage 20. That's correct. Quest stages are 10 and 20. 20 is complete. And then let's just double check this one as well. Properties. We did not use a prerequisite stage. So what this does is whenever you use this, this has to act, or this will activate whenever a certain stage is fulfilled, and then it's gonna set it again to another stage of your choosing. And how you do that is just edit the value and add the stage there. But now that's that, so let's test it in game. So now we are back in the game. Deimos is looking at me really weirdly. What's going on with your head? Okay, never mind. So the trigger box should start from around here. So let's check if it actually works. The last fight was intense. Glad we made it out in one
What just triggered
piece.
this scene?
No idea, but it seems to be working rather well.
Rather well is an understatement. It works perfectly.
Well, you aren't wrong there. It works perfectly.
Should we end it before people get bored to listening to it?
Yeah, let's end it here. Let's also complete the quest at the same time. Okay. Oh dear. Player.sqsdt01 tut scene handler, if I remember correctly. Okay, I did, and everything worked as it's supposed to. So it set the stage to 0 when the game started, or after the first quick save rather. Stage to 10 whenever we hit the trigger box here, and stage 20 when it was done. And unfortunately Deimos did speak one of his idle lines before testing that. So let's reload.
I'm so happy to be able to explore again.
Now, let's go.
What just triggered this scene?
No idea, but it seems to be working rather well.
Rather well is an understatement. It works perfectly.
Well, you aren't wrong there. It works perfectly.
Should we end it before people get bored to listening to it?
Yeah, let's end it here. Let's also complete the quest at the same time. And it works, as you can see. But that's all I had for today. 3 ways of creating a scene. There are a ton of ways to do that, but these are the 3 main ones I use. And the trigger one especially is really good, as whenever you just allow repeated stages, it doesn't matter if the stage is different and you don't have a prerequisite stage set. So you can just go to a trigger box, it will trigger a scene. You can go to a trigger box before that and it will trigger a scene, etc. So it is a really useful tool, and that's why I wanted to show it to you. There are really not many people or places or anywhere where you can actually learn, like using trigger boxes like this and so on. A lot of people use them, but barely anyone actually does any tutorials about it. So that's about it. However, that is all the time I had for today. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope it helped. And if you have any questions or suggestions, you can leave them to the comments section down below, or you can join my Discord, which I will link to the description of this video as well. I will also link a Deimos follower to the description of this video, just so if you want to, you can try him out. There is a very big version coming up quite soon, hopefully. I've been working on it for a while and it's gonna give many more voice lines, etc. So that's great. I have also timestamped everything, so it's gonna be easy to come back to the video if something is confusing or you need to just refresh your memory or something. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed and I will see you next time. Bye.